How's it going? DrivenCrazy here. Just showing a little suspension video of my pre-runner Mustang. Showing you guys what's underneath this car, what makes it do what it does. Well, first off, it's got coilovers under here from QA1. It's a kit for Mustangs. And these springs, these are only 80-pound springs. The car still has the factory springs down here. Don't mind the cheap brake duct coolers. The springs in here are just factory for a 98 GT Mustang, a V8 Mustang. Mine's a V6, weighing about 250 pounds less in the front. And then the last thing that gives it some lift is I built right over here. This is just 2x2 box tubing, 125 wall, that spaces this up frame 2 inches. And what that does in total, it gives me, maybe 7 inches of lift. And the struts, also, I'm using struts from I believe an 01 Mustang, so they had about 1.5 inches more travel, and they were pretty thick too. And I cut the collar off the bottom down there, and all this black that you see right here is all tubing that I got, just I think it's quarter wall, or just shy of quarter, 3/16, and lengthened the struts, made them stronger, and made a new collar, so it bolts down with about 4 inches longer than the factory strut, so it still has a pretty factory ride-like quality to it. Some pretty good travel, probably not as much as I need, but it gets enough to get the job done. Here in the back is more of the custom stuff is going on. It's a 8.8 inch, 323 gears that I've welded. And I don't know if you can see, but I built these radius arms down here that are about 5¼ feet long. And what I did is where the factory lower control arm mounts were, are now my new radius arm mounts. And then, right up top up here, I welded on my new tabs and used my factory lower control arms, which are now my new uppers, which gave me about 9.5, 10 inches of lift. And also, if you see in here, I built a panhard bar. It's adjustable, left, right, a little bit up and down on one end. The shocks are from an 05 Explorer, and they're pretty darn long. And that's really all I've got going on. My lower radius arms go to the mounts that I made, which again is just more 2x2. And, well, there you have it. The exhaust, I just have all 4 cats still, and it just goes out to little dumps right there, which have been banged on. Tires are a 235/75 R15. They're Foursome is the brand, which I've never heard of. But about 12,000 miles so far, and I am pretty darn happy. They don't have much tread anymore, just a lot of burnouts, a lot of sliding around. But this is what they look like when this one's almost new still. They have tons of tread on them. They ride good, but they feel a little bit like a bias ply. They wander a little bit left and right. But they are a radial, so they are a steel-belted radial. So that's about all I got going on under this car. Alright, have a good one.